Hey, it's Michelle with Hike Like a Girl. Today I'll be going over what I have in my pack for the CDT through hike starting on May 1st northbound. So you can see I already have my pack packed up, just like I intend to have it when I'm hiking on the Continental Divide Trail. So I'll go through and unpack it so you can see exactly how I packed it up and go over the pieces of equipment that I'll be carrying. My pack itself, it's a Colorado-made pack by a company called Seek Outside. I have the Flight 2 version, and I love this pack. I've been using it for a couple of years now. It holds up well. It is waterproof, so I don't have to use any kind of rain fly. I've tested it in a variety of conditions, including extremely wet ones. It has a lot of storage pockets and space. A lot of attachment points on the outside where you can secure additional items, like when I get to the mountains and have to add an ice axe or my microspikes. And these side pockets are incredible. They hold 2 smart water bottles on each side. I just have one at the moment, but when I'm hiking through New Mexico, I will have 2 bottles on each side. And they fit in there really well and snug. I have not lost any bottles. And they're pretty easy to retrieve as well. Another thing you probably noticed is I am not an ultralight backpacker. I have a lot of quality ultralight equipment. However, my base pack weight, which means my pack weight before I add any food or water, is 21 pounds. So not extremely heavy, but definitely does not qualify as ultralight. So I'll start on my shoulder straps. I found this attachment. It's a phone holder. So if I'm on difficult terrain and I want my hands to be free and I don't want to be focusing on recording, then I can actually secure my phone in that device. It rotates and I can actually video record while I'm going over like a tough rock scramble or somewhere where I want to be able to use both my hands or be focused on the trail and not on my camera. On my left shoulder strap, I have my Garmin InReach Mini, which is my device that keeps me connected to the outside world when I do not have cell signal. I have the premium consumer plan, so it allows me to send unlimited text messages through the satellite to my husband or my family members. It allows it to do 2-minute live tracking, so my family can keep track of where I'm at on trail. And it also has the SOS feature, which is important. If I were to get into trouble, especially being a solo backpacker, I can hit that SOS button and I can communicate back and forth with a 24/7 monitored search and rescue team. I also purchased this little attachment. It's where I'll be carrying my phone most of the time for quick access. It also has, extra pocket where I can put my sunglasses or little trash from my snacks throughout the day. I'll be carrying this lightweight tripod I found on Amazon since I will be doing a daily video. Hopefully this will help me get some better shots. On my hip belt, I will be carrying bear spray. Not so much that I'm concerned about bears or wildlife. It will give me some peace of mind since I'm solo hiking, but it's more of a deterrent since I will be a female solo hiker, and it gives my family some peace of mind knowing that I have that with me. I have this little thermometer that just hangs off of the zipper for my hip belt. It's nice to know whenever it's getting close to freezing, or just to be able to tell what temperature it is out while I'm hiking. Make sure that I'm hydrating well. I have 2 hip belt pockets and they have a lot of space. So this right hip belt pocket is where I'll be carrying my snacks for the day. And in my left hip belt pocket, I carry all the little essential items I might be using throughout the day. And I'll pull those out and show you what I have in there. So in that left hip belt pocket, I carry my Nightcore headlamp, my knife. This is some lip balm sunscreen, This is a little stick sunscreen. This is a little tube of salt. I carry that as like, I'm in a lot of hot and dry areas and I sweat a lot. And if I've run out of my little electrolyte drink mix and I need something quickly to replenish some of my electrolytes, then I can just grab this quickly. I've got my little hand sanitizer, and then I will be using for this hike the Platypus QuickDraw water filter, and I just carry that right on my hip so it's quick to access when I'm ready to filter water. Moving around to the side pockets, I mentioned I'll be carrying 2 1-liter smart water bottles on each side pocket, and I went ahead and bought these little flip caps for my smart water bottles just to make it easier when I'm ready to get a drink. I don't have to unscrew the cap. I could just flip it back like a Sport Squeeze drink bottle. So to help with personal hygiene on the trail, I purchased one of these Wonder Women pee rags, and so I just have it hanging out, easy access on the side of my pack when I need to stop. Now I'll go over what I carry in this back pouch. So in that outside mesh pouch, I carry my Tyvek ground sheet, which goes under my tent, or if I'm cowboy camping, then I throw that out on the ground before laying down my sleeping pad and sleeping bag. I carry my Frog Togs rain suit. I like this. It's super lightweight. It's really efficient and effective. It's a great wind blocker too. The only complaint I would say is that they're not very durable. So, you know, if you're going through really, like in the desert, pokey bushes or bushwhacking, you're likely gonna rip a hole in it. But they're inexpensive, so they're easy to replace. I've also got my little poo kit, which includes my little spade for digging my cat hole, hand sanitizer, and then I carry, instead of toilet paper, these little compressed towelettes, which I love because they're real easy, lightweight. They rehydrate with a few drops of water, and then I just find them really convenient. I have my CNOC 3-liter water bag, so that gives me an extra water carrying capacity. Since I'm carrying 4 1-liter smart water bottles, I could potentially carry 7 liters of water if I fill this up all the way. I hope I will not have to do that because that gets extremely heavy, but this will be my dirty water bag that I'll be filtering all my water from into my water bottles. And then last but not least is my tent stake bag. In my tent stake bag, I have my Groundhog tent stakes, which are super strong, durable, and lightweight. And then I also have a little rucksack with some nylon line in case I needed to do a bear hang, or if I just needed extra line to secure my tent in extremely inclement weather. Last but not least, I have my 6 Moon Design Rainwalker umbrella. It's ultra lightweight. It is going to be so useful going through the hot New Mexico deserts where there's very little shade. I'll be able to carry my shade with me. And then I got my lightweight Croc-Lite camp shoes. I secure my tent to the top of my pack here underneath this top compartment. And the reason I do that, I don't like to pack my tent inside my bag, because if I get to a campsite and it's raining, the last thing I want to do is have to open up my bag and expose everything inside to the rain. This way I can just throw my bag down, you know, take out my tent, get it set up, and then move everything inside without actually having to get the contents of my bag wet. I'm not going to open up my tent today, but I do have the Durston X Mid Pro 2 tent. It is a 2-person tent. It's very lightweight though. It only weighs like 19.2 ounces. I carry that because there's a few sections that my husband and my daughter intend to join me for. And that way they won't have to carry an extra tent. It's not that much extra weight, and I actually love the space. It's like the Taj Mahal inside. I have enough space for spread everything out to bring my whole pack inside if I want to. I've really enjoyed this tent. If it has any downfall is that the footprint is so large that it can be a little trickier finding a suitable spot to pitch it, because it does take a little more room, but it's a very quick pitch tent, and I will throw up a photo of it. So inside my top pouch, I have my first aid kit, my little hygiene kit, and these are some little extra doodads, like this is the Aquamira water purifying. I have a filter, but there's some water in New Mexico that is going to be absolutely disgusting, and since I'm sticking to the red line, there's going to be times that I have extremely long water carry with cow pond water, so I will likely treat the water in addition to filtering it in that area. I've got my O-ring that I need for back flushing my water filter. I have an extra smart water bottle cap just in case I lose a cap on the trail. I think I have an extra little mini Bic lighter, and this is my little fuel, I forgot what it's called. It's a gas adapter, and so what it allows me to do is if I get to like a hiker box and there is a, you know, almost empty fuel canister that somebody's ditched, I can actually, you know, transfer what's left in that tank into my fuel canister to refill them along the way, and that should help me to extend out the amount of time before I need to purchase a new fuel canister. So these are the contents of my little hygiene kit. I've got a little foldable brush with a handy mirror, a couple of hair ties. There's some lotion, eye drops, lip balm, tweezers, and nail clippers, little foldable toothbrush, toothpaste tabs, floss, and I carry extra of those little towelettes that I use to clean my face and feet. So in my first aid kit, I carry an assortment of Band-Aids, blister Band-Aids, and I think I just have like 2 of these non-adherent pads. And then I've got some antibacterial cream. I've got a roll of like Ace bandage, little roll of waterproof tape, emergency blanket, Q-tips, KT tape in case I need to tape up my old knees. I have to carry an EpiPen, which I wish I didn't because it's pretty heavy, but I have some severe food allergies. I know what not to eat, but just in case, I always need to have that on hand. And then a little pair of fold-up scissors. I carry Benadryl, Tums, and Tylenol. And then I also keep my little gear repair kits in my first aid kit. And then finally, there's a little zipper pouch that fits within the top pouch. And I've got a little wallet that will hold, you know, my credit card, my ID, and some cash. I'm not carrying this through the desert, but when I do get to Colorado, I'll carry this mosquito net with me because the mosquitoes can be pretty terrible during that time of the year, and that will also go in that top pouch. So to access the inside of my bag, it just has a roll down top, snap shut, and we'll go and see what I have inside. So I like to pack my food bag on the very top because I really don't care if it gets wet. So that is gonna always be at the top, and it also lets me access when I stop for lunch. I don't have to dig everything out of my pack. I can just pull out my food bag. So in my food bag, I actually have my first 4 days of food that I'll be starting the trail with. And then I also keep a smelly proof bag, and that will be my trash bag, and it just keeps all the odors locked inside. So hopefully a deterrent for some of the little critters. So next you'll see I have all the rest of the contents of my bag packed inside of a pack liner. And what I use for a pack liner is these little thin nylon flume bags. They weigh nothing. They're quite durable. And even though this pack is waterproof, just in case, I want to keep the rest of the contents dry. So this is that extra security measure to make sure that things stay dry inside my pack. So the next item out is my clothes bag. So these are all the clothing items I'll be carrying. For my outer layer, when it's really cold, I've got this lightweight Feathered Friends down puffy jacket. Love it. Super lightweight. It's kept me warm, even hiking here in Colorado when it's been 0 degrees out. No issues, and it's super lightweight. It is down, so I have to be cognizant of wet weather, not letting it get wet. For my mid layer, I have, it's called alpaca, and it's an alpaca mid layer hoodie, and I like it. It's lightweight. It is antimicrobial, so it doesn't get all smelly, and it's quite warm for the weight. Now I tend to sleep a bit cold, and I'm using a quilt. So for sleepwear, I like to change out of my hiking clothes, especially if they're all sweaty or wet at the end of the day. So I'm carrying a lightweight pair of alpaca leggings. I've got a clean pair of, these are just like a wool sock, and then this is the Patagonia Capelin like base layer. It's lightweight, it's very comfortable to sleep in. And then if it's really cold out, since I don't have any kind of hood on my quilt, I've got a little goose down hoodie I can wear for those cold nights. For my undergarments, I'm using this brand called Brandwin. They're merino wool. I've got, underwear and my sports bra. Love them. They are also antimicrobial. They keep you smelling fresh and keep you dry. They're great at thermoregulation, and they're really good in the water too. So I could use it as a swimwear. I will always carry an extra pair of darn tough hiking socks. My feet and my hands are a big issue for me as far as like temperature regulation. They tend to get really cold. So I like to have a pair of dry socks whenever possible to start my day. And then for my hands, I'm carrying a pair of, I got these from, where did I get these? These are possum down gloves. These are the mittens, and then also just the regular possum down glove. They're lightweight, but they sure do keep my hands warm, and I've had a hard time finding anything that keeps my hands warm in inclement weather. So love these. If it's wet weather, then I pair them with my Virtus rain mitts that just fit over the top, and that keeps me both warm and dry. And these are those Virtus rain mitts. I just keep those stashed with my rain gear on my outside pocket so I can get to them quickly if I need to. And both my possum gloves and these rain mitts are made by Z-Pack. In addition to an extra pair of darn tough socks, I carry a pair of waterproof socks. These are Randy Sun. I also have a pair of sealskin. I like these because they're a little less bulky and a little lighter weight, which should be fine for New Mexico and Colorado in June. But they're really good for like when you get into snow travel, since I won't be wearing, snow boots or waterproof shoes. I'll just be wearing trail runners. This will help keep my feet dry and warm. And then I've got a little REI towel and a buff, an alpaca beanie, and then for town, I've got a pair of outdoor research hiking shorts, and a alpaca wool t-shirt. And the clothes that I'll be wearing every day to hike, I've got these trailhead pants made by Koala. It's C-O-A-L-A. These pants are amazing. They are super comfortable. You can tie them off to secure at the ankles. And they are made from nylon, and they are so tough and durable. I've gone bushwhacking with these things through really pokey plants and no tears. They've held up so well. When they get wet, they dry very quickly. They're very breathable, and they become my favorite pants really quickly. So I've got like 3 pairs, but these are the ones I plan on wearing at least through New Mexico. And then for my top, I will be wearing this bamboo sun hoodie. I like this one. It's got a really big hood that fits up over my hat. It even fits up over a sun hat, but it fits well over my cap that I'll be wearing. And then for my cap, I'm just using one of my old lightweight race hats. It keeps my head cool. It's got good sun protection, and coupled with that sun hoodie, I'll have good sun protection. And last but not least, for my footwear, I'll be wearing Topo Athletic. I'm using the Traverse shoes. That's the shoe they've made especially for through hiking. You can see I've been wearing these. I plan to start at least the first section through New Mexico until I get to Lordsburg. I'm wearing these. They've still got tons of great tread, even though I've put quite a few miles on them. I did have to patch up a hole, but that was because I was doing some crazy cross-country bushwhacking, and I caught a really sharp rock and just tore some of that top mesh. But that patch is holding up well. And then with these shoes, I use the Topo gaiters. They're made specifically for the shoe. They work really well, and they stay in place, and I like it. I don't have to take them off or put them on. I just leave them on the shoes and can step right into them, tie them up, and then wrap them around and Velcro them in place, and good to go. So love these shoes. Topo is probably by far my favorite shoe brand. Every other shoe that I've used just kill my feet. These have such a wide toe box. I've never had to use any extra insole for them. The Topo insoles with the zip foam, they're very comfortable and durable. They've held up really well. So love these shoes. This is what I plan on using through my entire through hike. So under my clothes bag, I carry my gas can, my cook kit, and my little electronics bag. So we'll get inside my little electronics bag real quick, show you what I carry. So in my electronics bag, I carry 2 10,000 milliamp power banks. These are all my charging cables for like my phone, my headlamp, my watch. This is the watch I'm using. It's the Garmin Enduro 2. It's also solar powered, solar charges, so I won't have to likely recharge it very frequently. And then a couple of the wall adapters for when I get to town so I can charge all my electronics up. I carried a little fuel canister. I found this thing. I've yet to run out of one, and I've been on trail for 10 days before and didn't run out of fuel. So I imagine that those fuel canisters will last me a while. And really all I'm using it for is for my dinners, because I'll be doing some of those backpacker pantry meals, or mashed potatoes, and so dehydrated meals, so I'll need to boil water for that. And then in the mornings I like to have a hot chocolate, so I'll be using it to boil my water quickly for that. So I should be able to last quite a while with one canister. And then I have my little cook kit all together in this little mesh bag, which is quite convenient. I'll show you. So I have my little titanium spork. I have this OliCamp XTS cook pot. It's lightweight. It boils up to 32 ounces of water. I like how it has the mark lines, and it's got the little fold out handles here. And I've got the lid. And then inside, I have my Kinetic Ultra titanium OliCamp stove. It's very lightweight. I've never had an issue with this stove failing. It's worked, even in, windy conditions and things. Really enjoyed this stove. Has not given me any problems. And then inside I keep a little Ziploc with my Bic lighter. I keep another container of this little salt. This is just for seasoning. And also my little Sea to Summit X mug. There we go. And it's got the hash marks inside, so you can use it as a measuring cup also, which is very convenient. And then all that's left at the very bottom of my pack is my sleep system, which I'll pull out and go over. All right, so for my sleep system, I am an older hiker, getting there, 45, gonna be 46 when I'm on trail. And I like to sleep on this Thermarest NeoAir air mattress. I find it's actually surprisingly comfortable, and it is lightweight. It is a 3-season air mattress, so it keeps you pretty warm. However, since I'm hiking in the desert where there's a lot of prickly things, my one concern with the NeoAir is puncturing it on trail, and then it would be pretty much useless to me. And it's difficult to patch on trail. So I'm combining it with the Xlite sole little, the little egg carton sleep pad. I cut it down so it's not the full length, but it should give me, one, a little more insulation, which I really will not need until I get to Colorado, possibly if there's snow. And it will protect the mattress though from any prickly things in the desert. And then I pair that, I've got the little ultralight Peregrine air pillow, pretty comfortable, and it doesn't slide around too bad on my air mattress. So I've found it to help me sleep pretty well, and it doesn't take up much space in my pack. And then my sleeping quilt is a Sierra Madre 20-degree down Puffle, and I'll pull it out and show it to you. But I've liked it. It's worked very well. It's pretty lightweight, and I bought this brand because it actually pairs. I bought 2 of these Puffles when they went on sale, and they can link up with another Puffle that I bought to make a really large sleeping quilt for when my husband comes backpacking with me. So here's my Puffle. It's a 20-degree down sleeping quilt. It's made by a company called Sierra Madre. And I really have enjoyed this thing. It's quite water resistant, the coating that they have on it. So it really protects the down from like condensation in your tent, and it dries very quickly. And then they have snaps all along the quilt, so you can almost convert it to a sleeping bag if you wanted to. What I like to do is snap the bottom to make a nice warm secure toe box, and then these drawstrings cinch it in so there's no gap. Like in some sleeping quilts, they leave an open gap and your feet get really cold. Well, this cinches it all the way shut, so you have like a fully enclosed toe box to keep your feet nice and warm. And the last note I wanted to make about my sleeping quilt is that it packs down really small. You can see compared to my Thermarest air pad, and it is actually rated, unlike other companies, that the sleeping bag is rated to a survival temperature. So the 20-degree rating on this quilt is actually rated for comfort. So in 20 degrees, you're supposed to be quite comfortable in this quilt. So of course, if it was colder than that, I could obviously survive below 20 degrees. And we're down to the final pieces of equipment. So I've got trekking poles. These are not expensive. They're called the Fit Life. They are lightweight though. They're carbon fiber. They have held up really well. I've really put them to the test. Right now I got my snow baskets on them because all my training hikes here have been in the snow. I'm in the San Juan Mountains of Colorado, so those will come off when I start my hike, and then I won't pick them back up until I get probably to Cuba, New Mexico. But these trekking poles, I like how they have both the cork and then the lower foam grips. I need these trekking poles also for my tent because it does require 2 trekking poles for the setup. And then when I get to Colorado, if we end up getting more snow, because right now we have not had very much. This has been a very low snow year so far. But if I need it, I have this Petzl ice axe. Love it, super lightweight. It's easy to attach to my pack, and it's comfortable to carry. So that will be my ice axe, and I will be carrying these like micro spikes / crampon traction devices once I get to probably Cuba or maybe Chama, just depending on the snow conditions. All right, y'all, that's everything. All I need is for May 1st to get here so I can get to hiking. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to follow along on my CDT journey.